welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to do a video on what university is like during coronavirus. I'm in my second year at university, so I thought I'll share my experience. And I wanted to do this video for those people who are planning on going to university this September, just in case the pandemic's still going on. Okay, so I've done a list of like pros and cons, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have many pros. Okay, and the first pro that I came up with was that you could save a lot of money, because if you decide to, just stay at home, you won't have to travel, so you wouldn't have to spend money on that, or on accommodation, or food and other necessities you might need. Living on your own is quite expensive, especially accommodation is really expensive for students. So I'll say that's like the main benefit you get out of it. And another pro that I had was that you could start uni earlier, therefore you'll finish earlier as well. So you wouldn't be like wasting a year. Although you could work for a whole year, save a lot of money, and then that'll be quite useful for when you go to uni. Okay, so now I'm going to start with the cons. So obviously if you're at home, it can be quite distracting to be working from home, because you have your family. They can sometimes be loud, or like they can interrupt. You have to be quite self-motivated, I'll say, to be able to work from home and attend all your lectures and that. So you have to organise yourself much better, to actually do your work. And not just be like lying in bed on your phone or like watching Netflix, which can happen quite often. So that's why you've got to, maybe like make a little timetables. Obviously technology can always cause problems, or like if your laptop stops working all of a sudden. Some people don't have as good Wi-Fi, or sometimes your Wi-Fi can fail. So then that might make you lose track of what your teacher was saying during a lecture. Sometimes it can be a bit laggy as well if your Wi-Fi is not very good. So yeah, so maybe the teaching wouldn't be as good, and also because you don't get face-to-face teaching, so it's all online obviously. Although I said you might save a lot of money. If you don't already have a laptop, you will have to spend money on that to make sure you buy a good one. Before, you would always see everyone, you would always see your team at uni, so you could like hang out for a bit, do work, and it's just easier, to get in touch with people as well. Whereas now, obviously, you don't get to see them. So it can be a bit hard to get hold of someone now. So group work can be a bit challenging. Another thing is that you won't get your freshers week, and that is quite sad, I think, in my opinion, because freshers is really fun. Your first year is the year where you have the most fun, because then it gets harder and you get more work, and like your first year is just like socialising and all of that, meeting new people. So yeah, it's a bit annoying that you wouldn't get your freshers, because trust me, you will like it a lot. And I think you wouldn't be able to meet as many people, because most of the people you will meet during freshers, like at clubs, or I don't know, like activities that your university might do the first weeks of uni. So I think socialising or just meeting new people might be a bit tricky, because most of the time you will be at home, or like if you do go to a uni accommodation, I feel like you would get to know your circle in that way, like the people in your flat, but you wouldn't be able to meet as many people like outside your flat or your accommodation. There's clubs to socialise and that, but clubs haven't been really working this year. They might do a few like Zoom calls and that, but it's not very like often, like, because the clubs and societies are run by students, so I just feel like probably students don't feel as motivated to like run them. You'd probably still be able to join clubs, but you wouldn't do as much as we went in this pandemic. Oh, and the most important con, that obviously you will be paying £9,000, 250 to just be at home getting online teaching. No, it's not very worth it, I think, because you don't get as many lectures either. Quite a lot of stuff that you'll be like teaching yourself in a way. Universities will tell you that. They'll try make it, you know, the same. Like, we got told it was gonna be, you know, just as good. We get a lot of support on that, but it just really doesn't work like that after. I mean, there are lectures that will help you, you know, answer really quickly to your emails on that, but then there's obviously those teachers who don't. So it can be quite stressful. I've had problems like that, so that's why I'm saying it's quite stressful, because then like you just don't know what to do. So yeah, those are the pros and cons that I came up with. Hopefully by this September it's all like sorted, but I don't know, I have a feeling they won't be. This is why I wanted to make this video, to let all of you know what you'll actually get and not what uni is telling you. So now is your choice, obviously, to really think whether you will benefit from going to university this year, or if you just prefer to wait and actually get that uni experience that, you know, most students want to get. Please don't think that I've made this video to make you not want to go to uni. Like, obviously uni is great if you get the actual uni experience, and you know, a lot of people are not really like put off by online teaching, so I guess it just depends on what you prefer. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and please subscribe